Hey, what's up, guys? This is Marseille, aka the Property Pastor, coming at you with another video with amazing content, great information for you guys on your real estate journey. Our mission here at the Property Pastor is to unlock the secrets of wealth building through real estate investing. And before I jump into today's video, I want to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube page. By doing so, turn on those notifications. You're going to be the first to find out about new videos that we're posting every few days to help you in your real estate journey. Today's video is really centered around one simple question. And that question is basically, are you a giant slayer or are you a grasshopper? And I'm going to be borrowing a little bit from the Bible. Those of you who know me know that I'm also a pastor. That is my passion. That's my ministry. I love to serve people. I love to talk about Jesus. I love to share the gospel message of Christ and I love to serve in the world. But today I want to talk to you. I want to kind of borrow from a very famous biblical story. And it has such a timeless truth to it. And that story basically looks at the nation of Israel, right? And if you never heard the story before, I want to just kind of recap it for you and share some really valuable lessons. So God had promised the nation of Israel, that they were going to enter into a land of milk and honey. It was going to be phenomenal, right? It was their inheritance. Everything they ever needed, ever wanted was going to be there. But the problem was they were previously enslaved, right? And they had been, Moses had led them out of slavery, out of the land of Egypt. And they were on a journey. They were journeying towards the promised land. They finally got to it. And what Moses decided to do was he sent out spies into the land. So he sends out 12 spies. He goes through all the people. He finds 12 people to go out into the land. So they go out, right, and they spy out the land of milk and honey. And they come back and they have to give a report. So they give this report to Moses, and 10 of the spies, they looking at like, hey man, this is phenomenal. They got the best of the best out there. So they call it the land of milk and honey. They got the best produce. I mean, look, they got Starbucks, they got Chick-fil-A, they got, it's just the best, right? I'm trying to, bring this on your street basically, but they got the best of the best, right? But then there's a problem. So 10 of the spies, they look out and say, yep, everything's phenomenal. Everything's great. It's fantastic. Moses, it's everything that we could ever dream of and more. But there is one problem. There are giants in the land. And we looked at the giants. They're huge. They're bigger than us. And basically, these guys were giants and we were grasshoppers. We have no chance against them. There's no way we can defeat them. There's no way we can take this land. And so a lot of people heard that, they started grumbling and they're like, oh man, this is a lie, and the land of milk and honey is not for us. But then there were 2 spies, right? So there was 10 who gave this report, and there was 2 other ones. There was Joshua and Caleb, right? So they come back and they give a similar report. And they're like, yep, it's fantastic out there. It's a land flowing with milk and honey. They got the best of the best. They got Starbucks down there. They got Chick-fil-A. They got, Ikeas. They got all the best of the best, right? Everything we could ever dream of, everything we'd ever want is down there. It's the land of milk and honey. It's the land of our dreams. And there's also giants. They recognize that. But they said, look, we are well able to take the land. We're not worried about the fact they're bigger than us. We're not worried about the fact they got better weapons. You know what? We are well able to take this land. So I say that to let you know that as you're chasing your dreams, there's going to be distractions. There's going to be giants in the land. But the thing that's going to determine your success is how you view yourself and how hard you go after it. So if you view yourself as saying that I am a grasshopper, and this issue that I'm facing is too big for me. I've heard people tune in or send me, notes and comments and say, yeah, I'm having a really hard time getting started. Yes, there's going to be giants in the land in front of you. You're going to run into things like a lack of finances. One of the biggest barriers to get into real estate is the money. You're going to run into a lack of knowledge. It's not something that you just pick up and a day later you just instantly are successful. You're going to run into distractions. There's going to be stuff vying for your time. The thing that I've come to realize that as a giant slayer is that every one of us have the same amount of time available to us. You got the same amount of time that Bill Gates has. You got the same amount of time, that the man on the street has. This time is a great equalizer. But we're going to have distractions. You're going to have things like you can scroll through your social media all day long. You can binge watch on Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever it is that you watch. You can go out with your friends every Friday night. You can waste your money on things that don't really, return you much. These are giants, right? These are things that can distract you. You know, there's going to be things that disappoint you. And sometimes you get started. When I got started in real estate, you know, it wasn't just a smooth road. I mean, properties took a while. They take a while to get turned around. You know, contractors don't show up. Contractors, I've had people steal from me before. You know, I've had people lie to me before. I've had people, you know, who I was counting on not come through. I've had stuff cost twice as much as I thought it was going to cost. I've had to evict tenants. You know, all these kind of things, they are giants. But there's going to be times you're going to get discouraged. But the thing you got to realize is that that giant in front of you is standing in the way of your promised land. You know, and I really want you to we really want to get to the place where we're like water, right? And a good friend of mine, he said this, I don't know where he got it from, but it always stuck with me. He says, be like water because water always finds a way. You know, what do I mean? You know, basically on your roof, if you got a hole in the roof anywhere, that water's going to find that hole, and it's going to get its way, it's going to make its way through. And the thing you got to get to the place of is that you got to tell yourself, I'm a giant slayer. I'm like water. I'm going to find a way. And no matter how long, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You know, and the thing that you must realize in your journey is that persistence is key. You got to keep grinding. And when you don't feel like grinding, that's when you need to grind the most. You know, Friday night, on the weekends, you know, when you want to sleep in, you got to get up, you got to read, you got to go look at houses, you got to go meet people, you know, and going back to the analogy or the Bible story we were talking about, there was only 2 spies that thought they were capable. The other 10 were like, no way, we might as well be enslaved. We might as well, you know, just stay where we are. We might as well turn back, as a matter of fact. But there was only 2, you know, so the thing is, it's up to us who we listen to. And our predominant thought is based on what we feed it. So I don't know about you, but every day I'm trying to tell myself, it doesn't matter what giant I face, I'm a giant slayer. You know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You know, and the thing is, Henry Ford said, he has a quote that is a powerful quote, and I really want you to grab hold of it. And it basically says, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. You know, and your biggest limiter, your biggest giant, is not a lack of finance. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's not a lack of network connection. It's not a lack of anything. Your biggest giant is looking right in front of you every time you look in the mirror. That is the only one who can stop you. You know, so I really want to encourage you guys today. Just, you know, you're a giant slayer. There is nothing that you can't do. Get around some good people. Get around folks that, you know, the thing about it is, you know, 1% are really, they're controlling the other 99% of the wealth in the country and throughout the world and things like that. But we're here to try to help you unlock the secrets. You know, and my goal is not to, you know, be a billionaire. My goal is to create a legacy for my kids and my children's children, and also to create a legacy for you. You know, the thing that we must get to the place of is that there is nothing that can stop us. You know, and the wonderful thing about it is information is readily available, money is readily available. But whether or not you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Look, I wanted to encourage you guys as you're getting ready for your goals ahead of you, as you're getting ready for your journey ahead. Recognize that you are a giant slayer. You're not a grasshopper. You know, you can do anything. Be like water. Find a way, and I'll be standing on the finish line, cheering for you the whole way. And God bless you. Love you guys. Until the next video. Take care. God bless.